And when I first found out about it, I was hot. I wanted to go straight to his damn, I wanted to go and go and go and go. But I was trying to live a different life. You know what I mean?
This is going to be some different footage, but important. Meet Mike DeGroff, the man of the woman who Corporal Clarke preyed on when he experienced some difficulty and committed domestic violence.
Do me a favor, just search Corporal Clarke on Google. All the information's available. Corporal Clarke. Oh, yeah.
You know who that article was about?
Corporal Clarke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know who was the recipient of it?
Who?
I'm the man's wife.
Oh, you're the guy. You're the husband?
Yeah.
Of
Have a good day.
of DeGoffrey?
Yep, DeGroff.
Well, I want him fired.
Yeah, me too. I mean, first off, I didn't physically hit her. I did put my hands on her, and there's really not much difference, right? A man putting his hands on a woman is a man putting his hands on a woman. It should never fucking happen, regardless of the situation. What kind of piece of advice could I give someone? Is to take a deep internal look at where they're at and why are they so angry? Like, what kind of issues do they have? You know, I put myself in counseling, I put myself in therapy. And I put myself on medications. You know, if that's what I needed for me, I wish I'd have done that 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what some people need to hear sometimes, though. Is that, like, maybe I'm at that end, and again, this story is very complex all the way around. But then the other question is, had you known there were other victims?
Oh, hands down, I'd have said something immediately. I'd have gave a statement. But she told me that she was willing to do whatever. She didn't want me to. She didn't want him to lose his job. She was like defending him in a sense. You know, and when I first found out about it, I was hot. I wanted to go straight to his damn, I wanted to go and go and go and go. But I was trying to live a different life. You know what I mean? Because me trying to change and better my life and become a better person, a better human being, and a better neighbor, right? I didn't want to ruin this man's life by putting his job at risk. Now, if I would have known that there was multiple people on an everyday basis that he is doing this to, hands down, I would have. And, you know, he told her, she told him I have a man, but he was persistent.
Right,
he didn't stop.
Yes, we've seen this.
So when he didn't stop, she then began to feel comfortable. You know, he then began to make her feel good about herself. Hey, beautiful, good morning, blah, what, you know, all the normal stuff that, right, all the normal stuff that we know what to do when we're trying to get in a piece of ass.
And that'll chip away at you, and
your walls break down, yeah. I signed, me and her both, signed a form because we did not want to testify because he and I handled it as gentlemen right here under this carport where we're sitting right now. Okay. Wish, I wanted to rock his fucking world. So my son was having a lot of issues, dealing with some mental issues, and was struggling with some shit because of me and my fiance breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together. Random dude at my house. So we called the police because I didn't know what to do to get him up to go to school. I tried talking with him, tried doing everything I could to get him up to go to school, to motivate him, to get him to do the next right thing. I couldn't. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna reach out to Corporal Clarke. He has a rapport with my son. We waited on Corporal Clarke. And there was a reason I wanted Corporal Clarke. And the reason was because I wanted to confront him. Yeah. So and because I know,
So it wasn't just the rapport.
Oh, it wasn't just the rapport. But it was essentially it was because of the rapport that he had with my son. So when I got him on the phone initially, he told me he was coming. So then he sent somebody else because he wanted to avoid the situation with me.
Absolutely.
So then when he finally got here, I said, hey, when you're done with my son, you and I are going to have a talk. He said, okay. So he went in there 20, 30 minutes, talks with my son, comes out here, and that other officer was here. Yeah. And that other officer deserves to be punched in his fucking mouth, too, for even ratting on his damn buddy. Now, that's just the way I look at it. I don't remember the name. Cool. That's the way I look at it. However, you know, I'm grateful for what he did. at the same time, because it did bring more light to the situation. Because I wasn't going to bring light to the situation, because I had no idea that it was to the level that it is.
So prevalent, so consistent.
Right. I just thought it was just my lady. Yeah. Right. If I'd have known that it was multiples, no, I'd have probably definitely signed it. I wouldn't have signed that paper. I would have testified. I'd have gave a statement.
They didn't want you to know.
No.
Do you know who?
And here's the thing, there are more victims out there. Deland Police is not immune to having more than one officer who's committing the same indecent act of going after domestic violence victims after experiencing some of the hardest days of their life. Shame on you.
There's a problem, they tend to make it worse. Porky and his team thinks and they'll come through with siren wheels and epic fails. Oh, what a view! They'll park in fire lanes, ignoring all the signs with donut breaks and silly space.